map, how long does it take to walk this entire city and not only get the map but clean it all up?
That's a great question. Uh, our playa restoration proper starts 2 weeks after the event, and we need to be done by the time of the inspection, which is a month after the event. So we have 2 weeks to play this game. This is kind of like our big sporting event. So uh, like win, lose or draw, we have 2 weeks, and I'm getting to just the part where it talks about like how much space this actually is. So stay with me. So I'm gonna keep going. Yeah.
Please do.
All
Go
right.
right ahead.
Great question. And here's 2018 where it was super green, and then 2019 was the best.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And that is the thing. There's this perspective of us, like of just it's like, yeah, they're burners. They must be like the big messiest people in the world. And it's like we're a community that cares. I don't see anyone else doing what we're doing in this way. It's like we're building, burning, blowing it up, and leaving no trace. Like it's a beautiful thing. And it's like we're conscious of our impact, and we're responsible for it, and we answer for it. So like this came through in the clutch when we really needed to, because the Bureau of Land Management was making the test harder, even though we kept doing better and better. But we love being the example, and that's what we're really proud. So yeah, 2019 greenest smooth map ever, and in the biggest event ever. So here now getting to the BLM post event inspection. There's my crew on the last day. The Bureau of Land Management site inspection is conducted 1 month after the burn. The allowable move standard is 1 square foot per acre. Okay, that's 1 square foot per every acre. All right, an acre is 43,560 square feet. I'm gonna blow your minds with this math. All right, 43,500. That's a football field without the end zone. So imagine your favorite record album cover. Throw that into a paper shredder, scatter it in a football field. Now go pick up all those pieces, all right? And that's what could fail us.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So Black Rock City is 3,603 acres. That's 3,603 football fields.
Wow.
You don't hear the sport of football brought up when you talk about Black Rock City, but that's a lot of football. All right, 3,600 football fields. Massive.
Yeah, it's amazing to see it in the acreage size as well. I mean, when I was looking at your slides earlier, I was like, "What? I didn't realize it was 3,600 acres, the entire city."
And there's more. Or
There's more.
156 million square feet.
Wow.
Okay, and we're on dust. Talking dust. This isn't like I'm sweeping up my floor. My wood floor. This is dust, and we are so good at this, you guys. Like, you should be really proud. And I'll say, it's this community that made me a believer. I was a graphic designer once upon a time. I left my day job to do this. I love this. So you guys made
What
me
a
believe.
trajectory right there.
Yeah, and then so that's a lot of square feet, which is why it's your leave no trace effort is so important to us, because this would not be possible.
So, if I may interrupt really quick, DI, we have a comment from a Twitch user from DJ Tiger Lily. She says, the camps I camp with work really hard for green. So thanks for that shout out there, DJ Tiger Lily.
Thank you. And all of you, it's like every year, it's like we're doing good. And some years, we do better than others per camp. But it's okay. The burns happen. This thing has a life. But we've got this, and this is my crew. This is my crew that backs up everybody. This is the beautiful people. There's 175 people right there doing line sweeps, going across that whole thing, putting together, making the playa cleaner, and putting together the movement. All right, look at that. That is just stunning. And then and you can see the buses and the trucks. This is our support. So this is how we manage out there, because we are no longer at we come back every day. All right, so. And this is what the test looks like. You drive a stake into the ground, and then you go out with a rope about 38 feet, and then you walk that radius, and you pick up everything within that circle, and that's what goes in the test. Each test point is 1/10 of an acre. And then, so here's some crazy complicated math. But
so before you get into crazy complicated math, DA, I'm going to interrupt you again. We have a question from BRCvr and Altspace. So the questioner, please be sure you're close to the A cam so we can see you, and please tell us your name and ask your question.
Hi, this is Khaleesi Dawn. My question for you, DA, is what about planning ahead to leave no trace? Do you have any advice on planning ahead? Thank
You know,
you.
it's good to remember. That's a great question. You know, when we go out to the play, sometimes we just have these grand ideas, and we're just like, oh, I'm going to do this and that and the other thing. I think the first thing you should think about is like, what kind of impact am I going to make? You know, like that. If you took whatever it is you're going to build out there, you throw it into a blender, and then you scatter like 10% of it on the ground. That's the kind of trace everybody's going to leave. Now, and it's now if you can be responsible for that and get that and have a plan to make sure that never hits the ground, or a plan to pick it up off the ground, then go for it. You know, that I'm a burner. I want to see you do that crazy thing. You know, so go for it. Just know how to undo it. So if you have that in your head beforehand, also delegate, leave no trace manager. This is like, you know, like the night and day. This is the compliment. You know, it's like you're like being the rock star producer, and I'm gonna be inputting the things, and you should have somebody who's like, okay, and this will all go away. This will all go away. So thank you. Great question. So yeah, this is some crazy complicated math, but basically all the moop goes into this little plastic bag, and if that moop is bigger than 3.8 inches, which is essentially like the palm of your hand, if that debris is more than that, we fail, right? So it's like this is 1/10 of an acre. It gets extrapolated back to 1 square foot. A little complicated, but basically this is a fail right here. Look at that. That's almost nothing. There's like debris of nothing. Like nobody. It's crazy, you know. And so basically, if you want to know what that 1 square foot per acre actually translates to, is 0.002%. So we're being tested close to 0%. I don't know anyone else that's being tested that way, but I think it's really important for burners to be proud of this and know that this is what we're doing. All right. So moving on. So in 2019, we used a new method instead of that method where we were like mushing all the moop together and measuring it out. We went with a pixel count method. Take a picture in front of a green screen and count in pixels, and then and figure out there. And it's much more accurate, and it's great. Here's us during the inspection, counting all the bags coming in. So you're ready for the results? 2019, Burning Man achieved a near perfect score on the BLM post inspection. So that, boom, yay, fireworks. So then, like, we can make a mess again. Since its inception in 1999, Burning Man has passed the BLM inspection every single year. You know, this is just full stop every year. So Stanford, BRC, and there's more. We're undefeated and unstoppable. So leave no trace.
Leave no trace.
There you go. All right. And then but there's more. Leaving no trace is not just for the playa. Right. So this is my highway cleanup crew. Look at these people. Right. They continue to patrol the highways 1 month after the event. So for the entire time, as soon as the event ends, my team is going up and down, and they're picking up what is blowing off of people's vehicles. It's not so much that people are like throwing trash out. It's their trash is exploding as they're driving down the highways. And so like this. All right. And the highway cleanup reported an overall decrease in moop, and the Nevada Department of Transportation called our results "quote unquote" immaculate. So we're very proud of that. And then we claim ownership. So moving forward in a year without the burning, right around Earth Day, I got this bright idea, crazy. I decided to walk to the playa, which is 85 miles from Wadsworth, and pick up moop, just for the hell of it. While raising funds for Burning Man's 2030 Environmental Sustainability Roadmap. So this is the Sustainability Roadmap, which you can find on Medium, 2030 Environmental Sustainability Roadmap, which we focus on three core aspects: no matter out of place, being regenerative, be carbon negative, and this we're hoping to achieve all this in by 2030. It's a very ambitious goal, and this is me being ambitious and walking the playa. This is DA's Black Rock Moopathon, 85 miles. And then here's me and my team on the very first day at 4:47. And right away, this is what I filled up. That was quickly. I was going to need a bigger bucket. It was very clear that was a minute in, and then two, and then here's me fast forwarded a little bit, and this is kind of like some of the stuff that we found along the way. And this is a year without the burn. This is just stuff that's out there, and then getting along, moving along, and this takes us back. Remember this drive, you guys. I'm looking forward. But it was a beautiful walk, I gotta say. Like seeing it this slowly, I've just seen it driving up and down for years, 20 years, but like this is the first time I walked the entire distance, and it was stunning, and it was just beautiful. And there's Pyramid Lake, but this was the kind of moop that I was finding, unfortunately. And then when it was all said and done, we cleaned up about 2,000 pounds worth of moop. That's 2,000 pounds. That was heavy. It was heavy. Not only in one shot, but yeah. So, Ryan, leave no trace.
Trace.
And then here we are. This is like the home stretch, and I'm like kind of fast forwarding.
That's okay. I want to get to questions here. We got about 5 minutes left with you.
Yeah. And then here we go. And then here's me on the playa, and the Moop-a-thon raised about $31,000 towards Burning Man Sustainability Roadmap, which I can announce is going to fund and power the Burning Man solar. We're running the Man on Solar with the Moop-a-thon fund. So really excited to actually just move it towards the sustainability and goals for 2030. And this is really exciting. So the people who funded the Moop-a-thon really made this happen. And we'll be able to see it when we when we do. So just the beginning, onward to the road to sustainability. Ryan, leave no trace.
Leave no trace, everyone. Leave no trace.
I gotta say that was a little over 100 slides in I think 5 minutes. So.
Awesome. Well, if you wouldn't mind stopping sharing your screen, and we'll get to a couple questions here, as many as I can get to.
Do they have to be by chat or video too?
So what you're going to do is drop your question into the chat feature, and then I will ask it via our moderators. So we have a question from Zoom. Alpert asks, what is happening this year to the playa? How do efforts tie into Burning Man not having happened in 2020?
I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure how to, like, what is happening with the playa, like, right now.
Maybe he or she is looking at like what with people not being out there, was there a noticed difference possibly along the roadside, possibly out in the environment itself? I would imagine so, considering that there was not many people. But what is your experience with that from 1920?
Yeah, I've been to the playa twice since last year. I mean, once with the Moop-a-thon, and once just a month after that. And so, I mean, we just had the best year ever. We haven't been out there. If we're not out there, if we're not out there, we're not making Moop. But we're also, if we're not having an event, and if we have an event, we already know how to leave no trace. So it's in the practice. It's knowing how to leave no trace is what allows us to be out there, and I think gives us that. And the odds were always stacked up against us, and we've proven our critics wrong, just time and time again. Again, 1 square foot per acre is 0.002%. We're it's basically zero. We're statistically insignificant.
Yeah, it's quite amazing, the level of error that we have out there. I mean, it's truly phenomenal. Gustav via Zoom asks, excuse me, I lost the question. There it is. How long did the walk take?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the walk took about 8 days, and I lost about 12 pounds. And it took 8 days. I think I landed on July 3rd.
Okay. Excellent. So we'll wrap up with this question here. Bibo or Bibalt?
You got it right first time. Wow, that's a first.
Bibo asks, he wants to hear more on the solar effort, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, that's good. We're, it's like I'm excited for it. That's all. All I know is we are directing these funds towards becoming solar, and we'll see the man being solar powered from here on out, the next
I know you guys are short on your time, but I do have an idea that I haven't seen anyone do, but I'm just inform me if this has been done or not. But killing two birds with one stone, evaporating gray water. I mean, solar panels run at a better efficiency if they're a lower temperature, and they get to like 140 degrees. Their data sheets say that they run at like 80 degrees, and you know, water boils at like 202 degrees at 4,000 feet up there at the playa. How do we transfer that heat over?
You know,
You kill two birds with one stone. Like you have.
So we'll have DA answer that, Bibo, and then all the other questions, if you want to throw them into the chat, and we'll get them to DA because we have to move the program forward. But go ahead, DA, and then we'll stop there.
You know, I am the leave no trace expert. I'm not the solar expert. So like, there's a lot of really good science going on there, and we have some experts who are actually in charge of the solar who are going to be making this happen. So yeah, we're really excited. And this is how I believe that leave no trace is just the beginning of our path on sustainability. So it's going to take all of us in everybody's mind. So people definitely try to plug into the sustainability roadmap, and there are avenues for people to come in, and we're going to be it's like an open source method of getting data information, better ways and better practices for leaving no trace in sustainability.
I'd love to contribute. I'd love to be a part. Yep.
Well, DA, thank you so much. This has been a great discussion and presentation. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you for having me. It was so
Absolutely. And I would love us all to use the ASL sign for applause and give DA a nice round of applause for his time. Thank you so much, DA.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. So moving forward, as we get ready to welcome our second guest, this is a reminder that Accelerant is a fundraiser in support of the Burning Man Project. And Burning Man is a 501c3 charitable organization. Accelerant is an independent event that is not organized nor sponsored by the Burning Man Project. Please consider making a donation of any size, and we are dropping the link in your chat window one more time. Okay, so now I'd like to bring in our second guest, Katie Sloan. Welcome, Katie.
Hey, hi Ryan. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you. So I'll give you a brief introduction here. Katie is currently leading Southern California Edison's Advanced Energy Solutions for its 15 million customers. That is a massive number, including both customer solar, battery storage, energy efficiency, and demand response programs. Katie, that's amazing.
Great. Well, thank you. And, I just took over that group a couple of weeks ago. So actually, the main thing I'm going to be talking about today is the previous role I had, which was leading our electric vehicle, our e-mobility team, and what Southern California Edison has been doing there. And really excited to talk about going from kind of a local perspective that we just had with DA now to working at a big company, and how do you really get into innovation and sustainability when you're working at a company that's been around like 135 years. So really excited to talk about that journey. So is it okay if I go ahead and start?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, you've made so much of what you've dedicated your life to is creating a greener, healthier world for all of us off Playa. So the marriage is actually perfectly beautiful. So please go right ahead. And a reminder to our audience, if you have a question for Katie, please drop it in your platform's chat window, and we will get it to her. So please go ahead, Katie.
Great. And are you seeing my my presentation?
Yes, we can